Good morning, students and counselors. Welcome to the West Midwest Flagship Schools presentation. We have a lot of different opportunities for you guys to hear about today, and we're really excited. So a few things to get out of the way before you guys get to listen about these amazing schools with us today. If you have a question, because our panel unfortunately cannot see you or hear you, you can utilize that Q&A button at any time. And these gentlemen and ladies that are on here with you will tell you how to make sure you're identifying which school you have that question for, okay? Again, your camera and your microphone have been set to off. So although they can't see or hear you, they are happy to answer any questions that you may have. Make sure you sign up for more sessions at oacac.org. And just know that this presentation is being recorded, and you will be able to see this presentation in about a week. So today we've got with me Jacob from the University of Minnesota. We've got Marcus from the University of Iowa, Adam from the University of Nebraska, and Hillary is from Illinois, or also known as Banner-Champaign. So guys, have a wonderful session. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right, good morning, students. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited to chat with you. My colleagues are getting the screen ready, so thanks, Adam, for sharing your screen with us today. And what we will do is about a 3 to 4 minute or 4-slide presentation and overview of our institution, and then allowing time for questions after each of us are done conducting our information we want to share with you. Please keep in mind that we may not know what question you're asking for if you're asking for a specific institution. So in the Q&A, if you wouldn't mind putting what institution your question is for, if it's directed at one institution, that would very much help us out. So I'll jump in first. So we're going in alphabetical order. So the I's go first. And I just beat out Iowa from L to O. So I work at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. We're the flagship institution of the state of Illinois. And we are located in Urbana-Champaign, which is about 2.5 hours south of Chicago. So at the University of Illinois, you can see a map here. Depending on where you're coming to us from in Ohio, you'll just be crossing over that Indiana border, heading into Central Time Zone here. And again, we have an airport at our institution, or close to our institution, that will do connection flights through Chicago, through Dallas, and then through Charlotte. Only American Airlines runs out of our Champaign Airport. It's a small one, but we've got lots of major highways and space for transportation by train to get to and from campus. You can see here that we are primarily an undergraduate institution. However, we do have a large amount of graduate students who are studying with us. We crossed over just 52,000 when we think about our graduate and undergraduate population. We're a flagship institution of the state of Illinois, so primarily we do have a majority of Illinois residents. Each year, about 75% of our incoming class comes from the state of Illinois, but each year we also have students representing almost all 50 states. I think we have 47 represented in this freshman class, and then over 113 different countries are represented throughout our undergraduate and graduate programs. Diversity and welcoming students not only from different countries, but from different races and different ethnicities and backgrounds is true to the heart of what we do at Illinois. We're ranked number 2 amongst all top 10 or amongst all Midwestern universities and institutions when we think in terms of racial and ethnic diversity on our campus. There are plenty of resources for students, which I'll talk about in a minute here, but we're a very welcoming, large family. And so we're excited that you're considering potentially joining that family. At Illinois, we're a direct admissions institution. So you apply directly to your major as a freshman. And our 150 majors live within 11 different academic units. Those academic units are listed on our screen here. We're most known in terms of competition level for our Granger College of Engineering and our Geese College of Business. And so again, when you are applying to the institution, you apply directly to a program. We give you 2 different majors to choose from. So you'll have a first choice major and a second choice major on your application. If you click that orange link or go to that link on our website, you can view more about each of our programs and a lot of good outcome statistics, such as starting salary, time to degree, and where students are having that first destination at what different company or school they may be attending. To give you some information on what our students do on campus, we're an R-run research institution, and there are many options for students to participate in research. Every major on campus has research. So students are able to either earn class credit or earn pay for participating in research, and you can do research in any major. It doesn't have to be the one that you're formally studying. Many of our students participate in internships and other beneficial types of experiential learning. And then over a quarter of our class or our student population will choose to study abroad. Currently, we're not studying abroad this semester, but we hope to either in some capacity next cycle get students abroad and having those experiences. Employers value an Illinois degree. We have almost 10,000 different employers come to campus every year. And a really neat report is our Illini Success Report. It's our first destination survey that comes out every year, where we ask our most recent graduating class what they're doing. 93% they've secured a first destination within 6 months of graduation. So that first destination may be graduate school, or they may be employed full-time. And so we're very proud of that number, and you can learn more about your major and what students are doing after they graduate from Illinois at this Illini Success Report. Involvement is a huge thing at each one of our campuses. It helps you feel connected, feel involved, not only with making new friends, but having those professional development experiences. And there's a lot to do on our campus here. Here are just a few things listed that our Illinois students can partake in. Being part of a new home in Champaign-Urbana. We're technically a campus town, so we have less than 250,000 people in our metro area. So we're smaller, but our Illinois family brings a lot of life to our community. And then a quick overview of the application. So it's open and live now. If you're a senior, you can apply through our homegrown application, which is through My Illini, or you can use the coalition application, the shared application portal. Students self-report all of their academic record at Illinois. So we don't collect transcripts or test scores if you choose to report them on the application or as part of our application. You tell us what grades and courses you've taken and the grades you've earned in those courses, years 9 through 11, and then you tell us what you're taking your senior year. We also ask that if you do choose to report a test score, because we are test optional for the fall of 2021, that you report that test score. You don't need to send us the official scores throughout our application process. So you can report an SAT or an ACT. We don't prefer one or the other, and we'll accept the highest one that we receive. The application fee for domestic students is $50, $75 for international applicants. And if you qualify for a fee waiver, just have your high school counselor send that to us and we can waive that fee. We review applicants based on the grades and the course rigor. The grades and rigor are associated. We look at trends. We look at what's offered to you at your high school, and did you take advantage of what were the challenging classes that were offered. If you do submit test scores, we will look at those in the context of your review. You can also tell us extracurriculars, and then a 400-word essay that talks about why you're applying to the specific program you are choosing to apply to. So if you're applying to 2 majors, that means 2 400-word essays. A 400-word limit is basically a paragraph, but we want you to be succinct and deliberate in telling us why you're applying to the specific program that you've chosen. If you can get your application into us by November 15th, you're considered an early action applicant. This gives you priority not only in the admissions review process, but in the review for any merit-based scholarship and honors programs. However, if you're unable to do that, please know you can submit your application until January 5th, and all applicants will be notified in mid-February. One quick note, test optional is not something you can change. So once you submit your application, you need to make sure that you are comfortable with your decision either to submit or to not submit test scores, as this is something that you cannot change once you formally submit your application. Throughout all these slides, I've listed my personal email as well as my phone number. So if you have questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to me, or we'll get to some questions you may have for Illinois in just a minute. But that's all from UIUC, and I'll turn it over to Marcus with Iowa.
Thank you, Hillary. Good morning. My name is Marcus Phillips, one of the assistant directors in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of Iowa, which is located in Iowa City, which is in the southeastern corner of the state of Iowa. In my opinion, Iowa City is probably the most progressive city in the state of Iowa. And of course, we have a lot of corn, a lot of cows, but as you can see on our screen, a lot of green, a lot of modern buildings as well. In terms of location, we are located a little bit over 500 miles west of the Columbus, Ohio area, the Cleveland area as well, and about 475 miles west of the Cincinnati area. So about a 7 to 8 hour drive. We do have a small regional airport located about 25 minutes north of campus, and typically the flights connect through the city of Chicago. As you can see on our screen, this is an aerial view of our campus. And so I wanted to just kind of point out a couple of areas. Our campus is organized by the Iowa River as the east side and west side of campus. And so the area above the Iowa River, which is kind of the upper part of the screen, contains our graduate programs as well as research facilities, athletic facilities, and in upper left-hand corner, it contains one of the largest teaching hospitals in the U.S. So it's a great benefit for our students to have a large teaching hospital on our campus, and it allows our students early on to either conduct research, work part-time, job shadow, or volunteer. So for students who are in the health sciences, it's huge to have all these facilities available and the professionals in that field as well. The area situated below the Iowa River is considered the east side of campus. This is primarily undergraduate education. So I would say about 90–95% of your time will be spent on the east side of campus as an undergraduate student. So yes, we are a large institution, large campus, but this shrinks it down quite a bit. The main building, actually right in the middle of the screen, the old Capitol building, the Gold Dome, and those four surrounding buildings make up the Pentacrest, which is our main hub of campus. And it's about a 5 to 10 minute walk to majority of your classes. Our students had the benefit to have downtown Iowa City right across the street from the Pentacrest, which is great. So if you wanted to step foot off campus and enjoy a coffee shop, a bookstore, or over 100 restaurants, students had the opportunity to do so. So our student profile, a little bit over 31,000 total students on our campus, a little bit under 24,000 undergraduate students. Typically, we bring in about 4,900 to 5,000 students per year. 58% are from the state of Iowa, 42% are non-residents of Iowa or international students, about 19% are minority students, as well as 23% first generation, which is not on this screen, but I wanted to point that out. So it's good to have a mixture of students from various backgrounds, which enhances the education for all students. Our average GPA coming in is at 3.76, and the middle 50% ACT is at 22 to 29, and the SAT is 1140 to 1330. The University of Iowa, we're the state public liberal arts institution, and so we offer a range of areas of study, 200 plus. Just writing across the curriculum, we are a writing intensive university, and we are well known for our writing programs, definitely national ranked programs. We're also known for health sciences as well. And a few of our popular majors include English and creative writing, neuroscience, finance, and psychology. Believe it or not, the largest group who comes into our institution are students who are undecided. So about 20% of our incoming class come in as undecided. And we love that approach. And we have set up great resources for our students who come in just not having a clue of what they want to study. And again, being a state liberal arts institution, we offer a very flexible, well-rounded curriculum. And so it does allow our students to come in the first couple of years, just kind of try different classes out. And that after the second year, then you're able to declare a major, but you can do so prior to that as well. And we have several graduate programs. Our College of Pharmacy is a highly ranked program, as well as physical therapy. And some of those programs have direct admission directly out of high school. In our pharmacy program right now, there is UI Pharmaceuticals that is working to help manufacturing COVID-19 vaccines or what have you. And so we have professors that are right there on the cutting edge working to alleviate this COVID-19 problem. So very, very prominent people on our campus. And it works well for our students because we have a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio. And so it allows our students to get to know these professors on a first name basis, as well as our class size being an average of 30. So again, it allows our students to be successful here, and we offer a ton of resources on our campus as well. Now, academically, first and foremost, here at the University of Iowa, but we challenge our students to get involved outside of the classroom. And it can be a student organization that they're a part of, for example, Dance Marathon, which is our largest student organization and one of the largest chapters in the US. What they do is they raise awareness and financial support for those pediatric oncology patients at the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. And every year they put on this big dance event, 24 hours. And that's where they raise the money. And typically they raise approximately $3 million every year within that 24-hour period. And so that's a great organization. It's a great way to get connected, to meet new friends, and develop those leadership skills. But if you're a student who was involved in performing arts, maybe it was music, dance, theater, and you want to continue on, we put on 400 different performances a year. And our students do not have to commit themselves to major in those areas. To be a part of those programs, from large productions to small black box theater productions. There's a range of where our students can get involved in the performing arts. Or if you're a former athlete and you're not that Division I athlete, that is totally fine. We have over 60 club and intramural sports on campus to choose from canoe, battleship to rugby. There's the different levels as well. So if you're a social butterfly, you're not that athletic, you just want to be around folks, that is totally fine as well. Again, it's a great way just to kind of get connected and to develop those people skills and to just meet new people on campus. Now, one tradition on our campus I think is so great, and it kind of speaks to the community here in Iowa City. It's an Iowa Wave. So currently we have 20 actually now Division I teams, and as you see on the screen, it's a picture of our football stadium. And to the left of that stadium, our Children's Hospital, and on the top floor, those oncology patients, it pretty much overlooks the football stadium, and they can actually view the game from inside the hospital. And after the first quarter, not only our team, our fans, but our opposing team and fans, referees, everyone turns around and waves at those cancer patients on that top floor, and they wave back. And it's such a warm feeling, and it had just gravitated and to spread throughout the US. And this was something that wasn't created from our marketing team. It was actually from a fan. And so that's a type of community that's at Iowa. It's a genuinely loving community that really wants to support each other. And so hopefully you have the opportunity to visit campus when we open up, hopefully in the spring, to get a sense of what we offer at Iowa City. So University of Iowa is rolling admissions, and so our application is open. It's a $40 application fee. So rolling admissions mean we do not have an early action or early decision program, with the exception of the College of Nursing. And so you can submit your application. You have all the way until May 1st of 2021 to submit your application. To be considered for merit-based scholarships, you have to submit your application by March 1st. We do have a little unique way of admitting students. It's through a formula. It's a mathematical formula. And so there's 3 factors we take in consideration. Number 1 is your test scores. It can be the ACT or the SAT. There's no preference. And then we look at your cumulative GPA. It can be weighted or unweighted. And the number of years of high school core courses completed in those core subject areas by the time you graduate from high school. And it generates a score. And so if you're a non-resident of Iowa, that score is 255. For this 2021 fall year, we have gone test optional. And so we understand the issues that have been arising for the cancellation of test exams. So we want to be flexible with our students. So if you are unable to submit a ACT or SAT score, that is totally fine. You would just submit a personal statement. It can be through the Common App, which you're a part of, the Coalition app, or our institutional app as well. And so once you submit all your required documentation, it will take about 2 to 3 weeks for a decision to be made. In the Q&A, if you have more detailed information about admissions, just let me know, and I'll be happy to answer those questions. And I'm going to go ahead and turn over to my colleague, Jacob. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. So hi, everybody. So like Marcus said, my name is Jacob. I'm from the University of Minnesota. I am a freshman admissions counselor. I predominantly work with out-of-state students like Ohio. So go ahead, we'll jump to the next slide. So the University of Minnesota is a Big Ten school, very similar to our other college. Well, actually all of us are Big Ten schools today, but I would say the one thing that is unique about us is our location in the Minneapolis Twin Cities metro, in that so what you see in this bottom picture here is actually this train goes right in front of our student union. It's our Metro Transit. It's like our public train in the city. You hop that, you ride 4 stops, and you're in downtown Minneapolis, which is that top left skyline that you see. And so having this incredible location for us really provides some really robust experiences to get real life experience. Maybe one of the 16 Fortune 500 companies that are based here, clinical placement for our nursing program, etc. How we get here, so we are pretty far. We actually are the farthest west, if not Nebraska. I'm pretty sure Adam will clear that up for me. But we are about 11-hour drive from Columbus, also about an 11-hour drive from Cleveland, so it's about 750 miles. We also have an international airport, Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. It's about a 2.5 hour flight. And then you can also take that train to get to campus as well. Go ahead, next slide. So at the University of Minnesota, we offer over 150 majors and over 135 minors. For how we organize it is that when you apply to us, you're not applying directly to the major per se, but you're applying directly to the college. And you're going to choose your top 2 colleges. So for us, it would be something like maybe your first choice major is mechanical engineering. Your first choice college would be the College of Science and Engineering. Your second choice then cannot be chemical engineering because it's in the same college. So hopefully that makes sense. Typically what we've seen in this example maybe is like mechanical engineering is your first choice option, College of Science and Engineering. Your second choice is then the College of Liberal Arts and Computer Science maybe is the degree that's there. Regardless, when you enter your college, you're actually going to be seen as undecided your first year. You can declare your major right away, but we're kind of geared to assume that you are undecided, and we literally set up that first year to make sure you get some liberal education requirements done, as well as do some of that exploration so that by the time you enter sophomore year, you're fully locked in, ready to go to move on through your major. I want to talk about each of these briefly quick, just so that we are familiar with kind of where the programs are if you're looking into exploring us and you're not sure where to start. So for us, our School of Nursing, this is actually our newest college. It became its own direct admitting college last year. I would say the unique thing here is that we have the longest running Bachelor of Science in Nursing, like an on-campus nursing-based program in the country, started in 1909. But for a very long time, you had to be in the College of Liberal Arts and then transfer in after a year. Now it is a direct admit program. Our Carlson School of Management, this is our business school. Actually, the photo you see here is actually our Carlson School. This is where accounting, finance, international business. So unique here is that we are requiring our students to study abroad, whether it be 3 weeks this semester or summer. You are going to study abroad to get that global perspective through Carlson. College of Science and Engineering, as you can imagine, has our hard sciences like astrophysics, data science is a new major here, but then we also have 12 different kinds of engineering, our most popular being biomedical, electrical, and chemical engineering are the top 3 that we see there. College of Liberal Arts is our largest college, has about 70 of our majors. So our 30 different languages and dialect studies, maybe our humanities like psychology, sociology, but then we also offer economics, music therapy, journalism, dance, a lot to go on there. College of Food, Agricultural, Natural Resource Sciences, or CFANS for short. Environmental science, agricultural business, agriculture, animal science is very popular here, especially in connection with our veterinary programs. The College of Education and Human Development, as you can imagine, early ed, secondary ed, but then we also have human development, so human resources. Kinesiology is popular here, especially for the OT, PT folks out there, as well as sports management is a very popular program, especially thinking of the Twin Cities location and how close we are to 6 professional sports teams in this area. As well as the College of Design. Architecture is our most popular program here, but then we also have apparel design, landscape design, product design. And then the College of Biological Sciences. This is unique in that every single major is founded in the study of life. So whether it be biology, biochemistry, neuroscience, for students who are interested in pre-med, this has been a very popular college that I've seen students apply to. Next slide, please. So at the University of Minnesota, we have over 900 student organizations. So, our more than 50 intramural sports teams, more than 200 multicultural student groups, maybe competition groups like you're seeing in the top right corner are engineering students. They actually build a solar powered car from the ground up every 2 years, and they compete with our universities, like Iowa always gives us a good run. But also at the University of Minnesota, we also offer an extensive amount of research capability for our students too. We are Minnesota's flagship university, Minnesota's land-grant research university. So yes, we have a relationship with the state, but also we have roughly 90% of all the research done in the entire state of Minnesota going through our system in some capacity. So a lot of research available for our students. How they get involved is called a program called UROP. Through UROP, it's Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program. You get connected either with a professor who's researching something you're interested in, or in cases you can also apply for your own independent project, get some funding from the university, and then you get partnered one-on-one with a professor for mentorship to help you make sure your project is going along smoothly. Next slide, please. With Learning Abroad, we actually have one of the most robust programs in the country with over 200 programs in over 60 countries. So yes, while our business school students, you are required to study abroad, we also take pride that regardless of major, that you have a capacity to study abroad. Again, whether it be 3 weeks, a summer term, maybe a semester, whole year if you're feeling wild, but we just take a lot of pride that you are going to be able to study abroad. And if you have the capacity and the ability to do so, I highly encourage you. And I think all of us here would say the same thing, that studying abroad is really a great enriching experience in your collegiate experience. Next slide, please. So for us, with our application, we're requiring only one application. By that, we're saying you only need to complete either our in-house application, which is called the Golden Gopher application, or you can complete the Common App. Either one, totally pick your flavor. Actually, I think even last year, about 65% of our admitted students completed the Common App, so it's totally fine whichever you pick. What a complete application includes quickly is completing the application form. We are also a self-reported school, so like the University of Illinois, we expect you to basically fill in your grades and coursework from 9th grade onwards. Do not send us your initial transcripts. Don't do it. We won't take them. It has to be self-reported. We also will be self-reported for your test score if you wish to provide it. I'll talk about that in a moment. At the end, if you are admitted and you decide to want to enroll with us, over the summer we will ask for a final official transcript as well as official test scores. But for the sake of the application, totally self-reported. Nothing need to be official there. It's also a $55 application fee. For the fall 2021 application, like most of us out there, we are no test required, meaning that we do not require you to send in your ACT or SAT to be considered for admission. And it is not going to be an advantage if you provide it versus somebody else. I'll explain that a little bit in a moment. However, like what Hillary was saying earlier at Illinois, we are same thing here. Once you make your choice, you are locked in on that choice. You cannot change your mind later. So if you choose no to consider test score, we're not going to take it from you later on, also vice versa. So please be careful when you're submitting your application because you are locked in on that choice. How we do review is holistic review. We have two kind of overarching themes, academic factors and context factors. Academic carry the most weight just because academic preparation is key to see how you perform in college. Those are going to be things like your classes, your coursework throughout high school, the rigor of your coursework through high school, your GPA, as well as the test score. They are kind of weighing together. And if you decide you don't want to provide your test score, it just means we're putting more emphasis on everything else. So it's up to you how you want to present your application. Totally fine either way. The context factors are going to be leadership involvement, community involvement. The only way we hear about these is if you provide essays or letters of recommendation. We do not require them at all. But if you wish to provide more context to yourself as a student and want to explain maybe why you're interested in your major or things that you have learned or overcome throughout your high school career, you can share those with us via the essay or letters of recommendation and we will look at them. Absolutely. Not required, but you can send them if you want. We also have two deadlines, early action November 1st, regular decision January 1st. Our only program that requires early action is our nursing program. If you have any more questions about our application process or about the University of Minnesota, at the end here, there will also be my information available as well. So I think I'm done here and I will pass it off to Adam.
All right, thank you, Jacob. So as My name's Adam Britton. I'm an assistant director of admissions, and just want to say thanks again for everybody being here today and being able to take a glimpse into four really prominent Big Ten schools. So one of the more unique things about the University of Nebraska is we're actually the smallest total enrollment school in the Big Ten. So we're kind of the little guy within the Big Ten in terms of the enrollment, but what really puts us in a unique position is we have almost 300,000 people in Lincoln. So not only are you able to really get to know your student body, your colleagues, your classmates, but you're really able to get to know your professor and then still have a lot of opportunities for entertainment and things to kind of take your mind away from classes and be able to enjoy the college landscape and environment throughout Lincoln. So overall, about 21,000 undergraduate students. So average class runs right about 38 across all of our majors. For our College of Business, that's our largest college at Nebraska. We have nearly 4,500 students in that college alone. So it's definitely our most popular college. And I'll talk a little bit about our colleges and majors here in a sec. But as with a lot of our other institutions that have talked today, we're very focused on research. We're the flagship land grant institution in the state of Nebraska. And so there are a lot of things that run through the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and run through the city of Lincoln. We really have not only our hands in a lot of different things throughout the state, but we're really impactful and really beneficial to the rest of the country. And again, I'll share some things about that here in a bit. But again, Lincoln is a place for everybody. We have all 50 states represented, about 135 different countries as well, and geographically positioned right in the center of the country. So really nice hub, no matter where you're looking to go or where you're coming from. You know, students are able to really get a good mix of everything all in one place. We're about a 13-hour drive, so we are the farthest institution here today, but about a 2.5-hour flight as well. So if you're looking at an out-of-state institution with a solid reputation, a really strong brand and opportunities and resources available, you really can't go wrong with coming out to Lincoln. So in terms of all of our majors at Nebraska, we have about 150 total through about 9 different colleges. So our students are able to pursue everything from the College of Business to engineering, to education, human sciences, to even eventually nursing and a med track, as well as agriculture as well. So we're really founded on education, human sciences, and agriculture. So going back to 1869, we're the first institution founded in the state of Nebraska. The state of Nebraska overall is top 5 in beef production, corn, and soybeans. And so Nebraska is highly influential and just a powerhouse in terms of the food supply and that agriculture core of the nation. And so Nebraska really is able to connect essentially the country and parts of the world just by the amount of things that we're researching and we're producing, throughout the year. So our students are very active on campus as well. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to walk end to end, and students are pursuing over 500 different organizations on campus. So not only can you participate in Division I Big Ten college athletics, but we have a very strong intramurals program throughout a lot of different sports. Students are able to travel. You can see a picture of our student section here. It was actually from a few years ago when we played Miami. It was a student blackout. Normally, we pack 90,000 fans into Memorial Stadium on Saturdays, and everyone's in red. And this was the first game that we really kind of changed the name there. And again, our students are not only very powerful in terms of the college athletics scene, but they're the lifeblood of our institution. And our students are finding a lot of different things that they're able to pursue. And we're really about access at Nebraska and providing the resources to get you your college degree and then to get you into that next phase of your career. So over the last couple of years and these next couple of years moving forward, we're putting about $300 million into our College of Business, College of Engineering, and College of Education and Human Sciences. You'll see right in the center of the screen, kind of a beige building with a bunch of glass. That's our College of Business that was completed in fall of 2017. We have a brand new College of Engineering that is currently under construction that will be opened officially in fall of 2022. And then we also have a brand new College of Education and Human Sciences building that will also be completed in fall of 2022 that's currently under construction as well. So we're really putting our resources and our money into campus and providing world-class resources for our students. And again, really with a strong focus on connecting students across the world and removing barriers. So I touched a little bit on college athletics at Nebraska, and if you know anything about Nebraska, Husker football is by far one of the biggest unifiers throughout the state of Nebraska, and 90,000 fans on Saturday. Unfortunately, this year is going to be unique as it's been in every aspect of our lives, but just shows the passion and the drive to represent that Husker N on Saturdays, and not only for the fan base in the state of Nebraska, but for the student body as well. And one thing I've really appreciated being outside the state of Nebraska is being able to connect with alums and anybody who's come across the University of Nebraska, either as a student or somebody who knows somebody that's at Nebraska. They always have great things to say. And again, college athletics is one thing that unites the country in a lot of different ways, but you can see 375 games of a sellout streak. That doesn't happen overnight. And again, it just really shows just the passion overall for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Some of our top employers that our students are getting positions and internships in, some of the Fortune 500 companies, Union Pacific Railroad, Kiewit Corporation, which are headquartered in Omaha, which is about 45 minutes from Lincoln. Omaha is the largest city in the state of Nebraska, Lincoln's second largest. So there's a lot of connection back and forth, that 45 minute drive between Omaha and Lincoln. And so Huddle is another company that was actually founded by 3 students from the University of Nebraska about 15 years ago, headquartered in Lincoln. They hire a tremendous amount of our students as interns, as full-time employees once they graduate. And Huddle has really changed the game in terms of the coaching and video film landscape for athletics. So Huddle, if any of you are pursuing high school athletics, Huddle is probably utilizing the core platform that you might be using. And so again, just a tremendous resource for our students, having a global organization that has really been built from the ground up right across campus. So campus is right in the center of Lincoln. Students are able to access the downtown area very easily. We also have a lot of parking throughout campus. All students can park as a freshman on campus. You can walk throughout campus. You can walk throughout the city of Lincoln, but we also have public transportation available for all of our Lincoln residents as well. So if you're coming from out of state and you've never been to Lincoln before, Amtrak will drop you off right on the edge of campus. We also have Megabus that will drop you off right on the edge of campus. And then we have an airport in Lincoln and Omaha. And so for a lot of our students that no matter where you're at in Ohio, you can get to Nebraska pretty easily. We're also rated one of the best value schools by US News for this 2021 year, as has been the case for a lot of different years. And again, we're very proud of that because not only is Nebraska a really tremendous opportunity for students, but it's also a very affordable option. And we're really known for a lot of our merit scholarships, which I'll cover here in just a little bit. But our students are able to live and work in Lincoln and have a solid education that they can afford. And so it really puts our students in a unique position to go anywhere in the country, to stay in Lincoln and be able to afford that experience. And again, not really graduating with a lot of the traditional student debt that students tend to accumulate at other institutions. So as is the case for a lot of our Big Ten peers, we're test optional for admission and for scholarships this year. And this is honestly something that we're planning on keeping moving forward. It's been a tremendous process to essentially revamp our merit awarding process and our admission review process as well. And we're finding that, again, we're really about removing barriers and providing resources for our students. And so any way that we can do that, we're really about that life. And so we're really excited for just the amount of things that we've really been able to accomplish over the last 6 months and just the amount of opportunities that we're able to provide our students. We're a rolling admission institution. And so from August 1st until May 1st, you can apply to Nebraska. There's no early decision deadline or anything like that. Once you're admitted to the university, which we can typically do within about 48 hours if you apply through our admissions website. Otherwise, we are available on Common App. That process takes a little bit longer, but again, once you're admitted to Nebraska, we guarantee a merit award if you meet the criteria within about 2 weeks. And so you can really get a sense of what it would cost to attend Nebraska, the type of scholarship you'll receive, and then obviously a very quick admissions decision. We also have an out-of-state scholarship estimator where you can list your GPA or your test scores if you have those as well, and see the type of merit scholarship that you would qualify for. We also have what's called a scholarship statement, which is a supplemental opportunity to add additional scholarships on top of that merit award to help make Nebraska a little bit more affordable. So we actually have a lot of really good videos through YouTube and through our admissions website on how to apply to Nebraska, how to actually be admitted to the university, how to submit your scholarship statement, how to understand the FAFSA and how to submit that, and then everything that really takes to know about being a student at Nebraska and again, receiving that top financial aid package. So I would have you guys take a screenshot of this or just make a note of it. But again, a lot of really good videos that can help you out with just the overall admissions process, not only unique to the University of Nebraska, but we really just want to help you understand what it takes to apply to an institution, be admitted, and then what are the next steps that you have to take in regards to FAFSA and housing, and then eventually deciding on that college institution that you will eventually enroll at. So feel free to check out those videos online. We also have a lot of videos of campus as well. So you'll be able to see a drone video that goes throughout campus. You'll be able to see a lot of our facilities that are narrated by current students that can, again, give you a sense of our college landscape and really be able to paint a picture of Nebraska. I promise it's probably totally different than your initial perception. And for a lot of our students from out of state, I think they find that Nebraska becomes a home away from home. And so, again, feel free to check out our admissions website. It's a very simple admissions application. It takes about 30 minutes through our institutional app. Again, the Common App's a little bit a more intensive process, but we are available on there as well. And if you are interested in applying, feel free to send me an email. We'll have our contact information on this next slide. As a thank you for hanging out with us today, I do have an application fee waiver for all of our attendees. Again, if you're interested in applying, and that will work on Common App or on our institutional website. So with that, I'll wrap things up for everybody. But again, just really want to say thank you for spending some time with us this morning. Hopefully you got a good sense of the opportunities available at these 4 great institutions. And as always, if you need anything else, just feel free to reach out to us, email or phone, and I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen here.
Thank you guys so much. And for the students and counselors watching, make sure you reach out to these amazing people at all 4 of these great institutions for any questions that you may have. They're always happy to answer questions from students and counselors. So I just want to say thank you to Hillary, Marcus, Jacob, and Adam. For the students and counselors, there will be a quick survey that's about 4 questions long after you close out of today's webinar. Make sure you check out all the other sessions that we have and sign up as many as you'd like to at oacac.org. And just another reminder, this was recorded and will be available in about a week on, again, oacac.org. Thanks so much for attending, guys. Bye, everybody.